Hi, my name is Hannah Roberts. I am originally from South Georgia, but I currently live in Boston, Massachusetts, where I'm a public school teacher teaching sixth grade math and also invested in a local church plant here. Church planting in Boston is actually a huge part of my story. When I was in college, I had the experience to be a part of a program called GenSend, which is through the North American Mission Board. The program is focused on college students being sent to cities around North America that have a great need for the gospel and partnering those college students with church plants. And so they spend 6 to 8 weeks with these church plants, get to know the plant, get to serve alongside them, get to hear their story. And that was super impactful for me, not only for my spiritual walk with the Lord and being equipped in just growing as a disciple, but also for missions. I would say that I would have classified myself as someone who lived in a Christian bubble before GenSend and couldn't really even tell you many friends that I had who weren't believers. I had just surrounded myself with Christians, which is important to have community, but not to the point where you're not able to be faithful in the Great Commission and sharing the gospel. So I learned a lot that summer. The Lord began stirring in my heart what it would look like for a more long term kind of situation with GenSend in Boston. And so he actually answered that stirring in my heart, that prayer, 5 years later. And so I moved to Boston in 2023. God was faithful to provide a job for me teaching, where I get to have great coworkers who are also friends and great students, and just get to share God's truth, little nuggets here and there, which has been really great. I would say, as far as missions go, GenSend was very instrumental of teaching me what it looks like to actually live a missional lifestyle. So their slogan is learning how to be a spirit-led missionary every day, where you live, work, learn, and play. And so that was very helpful for me to think about, of what does that actually look like to share the gospel with the barista of the coffee shop that I frequent often. Like, what does it look like to build a relationship with them and be intentional about loving them and caring for them? What does it look like to incorporate gospel truth with my coworkers, with my classmates at school? That was really huge for me. I would say, through the friends that I met with GenSend, some of them also lived where I lived for college. And so those friends introduced me to more of the idea of global missions, because that was also something I didn't know a ton about. I had friends who organized a group called Pine at 9, because we would meet at 9 p.m. on Mondays in a neighborhood called Pineview, and we would pray for the nations and for global missions. And so that was just really fruitful in my life, of just growing a lot and learning what it means to be passionate about what the Lord is doing, and passionate about God's love for the nations. And also got to attend cross conference with these friends for a couple of years. So that was also an instrumental part of me learning more about global missions and unreached people groups, 1040 window, all of those things. I would say, since moving to Boston, global missions has been less of the focus, because when you live in a place that's just, there's no gospel presence and it's just spiritually dark, it's easy for myself to focus on like what is in front of me. So my mind tends to move more towards local missions. So I'm actually really excited to take this course, and just continue to learn more about global missions, because it's something that I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about, praying about, and I want to get back to that. So I'm excited, and excited to continue to grow. I'm super passionate about kids ministry. I got to serve for an interim period at my church plant as the interim kids director when we were in between hiring someone long term. Unfortunately, because I teach full time, I could not do both, because I love kids ministry so much. But so I feel like I've grown in leadership in a lot of ways and had a lot of leadership opportunities, and that's just kind of fueled my love for learning more and wanting to be a better leader, be a better follower of Christ. And so that's kind of what prompted me to sign up for these seminary classes. So I'm super excited to learn with you guys. Sorry the video is a little long, but if you made it through, thank you. And yeah, excited.